Chapter 4. Give with your family, personal. It is possible to give without loving, but it is impossible to love without giving. Richard Bronstein. Coming from a big family myself, I thrived in the chaos. So when Peter and I started our own family with 2 rambunctious little ones, it felt like a natural extension. There was one surprise, though. Peter had a daughter, Mai Linh, from his previous marriage. This little firecracker came into my life after the I-dos were said. Full disclosure wasn't entirely on Peter's pre-wedding agenda. Mai Linh was a whirlwind. She wasn't your typical little girl. Frills and dolls held no interest. She was a tomboy, a force of nature with scraped knees and a mischievous glint in her eyes. Sharp as a tack, she possessed an undeniable street smart, a quality I later learned came from navigating life on her terms. Independent to a fault, she marched to the beat of her drum, an admirable and occasionally frustrating quality. But that stubborn streak, that fierce loyalty to her mind, was Mai Linh. And despite the unconventional start, I loved her like my own. When Peter disclosed the truth about Mai Linh's parentage, I'll admit I wasn't thrilled. It was a revelation that shook me, but I was determined to make it work. I reasoned that if I loved her father, I could love her as my own. So, I adopted Mai Linh and raised her as my biological daughter. Mai Linh's childhood was far from easy. Her mother was absent for much of her upbringing, leaving Peter to fulfill the role of both parents. Unfortunately, this lack of a strong familial bond meant that Mai Linh and Peter were not as connected as expected. They rarely communicated or interacted with each other. As for me, I stepped into the role of both father and mother for Mai Linh. I wanted to give her the love, care, and support every child deserves. However, despite our best efforts, Mai Linh decided to leave home at the young age of 16. She married early and became a mother, shouldering raising a child and supporting her husband financially. Things took a challenging turn when her husband quit working, leaving Mai Linh alone to bear the financial burden. She worked tirelessly to support her family, juggling a full-time job with the responsibilities of motherhood. However, despite her efforts, the strain proved too much for their relationship, and they eventually filed for divorce. Mai Linh was a firecracker, that's for sure, but even firecrackers can fizzle out. Life hit her hard at a young age. There she was, a single mom with a tiny son scraping by on the streets. It broke my heart. But Mai Linh, bless her, had a fighting spirit. A friend saw that spark and pointed her toward the Navy recruiting office. Talk about a turning point. The Navy, I truly believe, was a gift from God. It gave Mai Linh that second chance she desperately needed. Growing up, she'd run with the wrong crowd, always teetering on the edge of trouble. Staying out of it seemed like a daily challenge. But the Navy? They took that wild Mustang and showed her how to harness her energy. They taught her what it meant to have clarity in her life, to take responsibility for her actions, and to be accountable for herself and the people around her. Now she's a Navy woman, a recruiter stationed in the heart of Las Vegas, no less. Life threw another curveball her way after her divorce. She met a wonderful man with 3 young kids. Wouldn't you know it? The moment they met, those little ones looked up at her and called her Mommy. It melted her heart. Now, she's the head of a beautiful household, a mama bear to 4 amazing kids, and the rock that keeps their worlds spinning. My headstrong, independent Mai Linh is all grown up and thriving. It brings a tear to my eye, that's for sure. The concept of give with your family connects beautifully to my story in a few ways. Here's how. Giving a second chance. My family gave Mai Khoi, a troubled teenager, a second chance at life. We took him in, provided him with a safe and loving home, and helped him escape a dangerous path. This act of giving wasn't just about offering resources, it was about giving him the gift of family, love, and the chance to become a good person. Building a family. Fleeing in Vietnam with my parents wasn't just about survival. It was about creating a future for our family. We gave each other strength and hope during that harrowing escape. Later, when Peter and I started our family, we embraced Mai Linh completely and took in Mai Khoi. We built a family unit brick by brick through shared experiences, love, and the act of giving each other a sense of belonging. Breaking the cycle. Mai Linh's past with the wrong crowd and Mai Khoi's gang affiliation highlight the importance of breaking negative cycles. My family gave them love and support and helped them break free from those destructive influences. This act of giving wasn't just about helping them, it was about creating a ripple effect of positivity and a chance to build a better future for themselves and the generations to come. Life, as they say, is a journey. It's filled with unexpected twists and turns, moments of joy and hardship that shape who we become. From my story, we can notice the following things, which will help us give to family. Here are some ways you can incorporate giving into your family life. Volunteer. Together. Find a cause you all care about and volunteer your time together. This could be anything from cleaning a park to serving meals at a soup kitchen. It's a great way to bond as a family while positively impacting your community. Acts of kindness. Make small acts of kindness a routine. Leave a surprise note for your mail carrier, bake cookies for your neighbors, or help an older person with groceries. These little gestures can brighten someone's day and teach your kids the importance of giving back. Donation drives. Organize a donation drive at your school, church, or community center. Collect gently used clothes, toys, or canned goods for those in need. This is a great way to get your kids involved in giving and teach them the importance of helping others. Charity walks, runs. Sign up for a charity walk or run together as a family. It's fun to exercise while raising money for a worthy cause. Family challenge. Create a family challenge around giving. For example, each week you could choose a different chore for someone else, like washing your neighbor's car or walking their dog. This is a fun way to keep things interesting and get everyone involved. Giving budget. Set aside a portion of your family budget for charitable giving. Let your kids help choose which charities to support. This teaches them about responsible money management and the importance of philanthropy. Themed dinners. Pick a charity you want to support and have a themed dinner night. Cook food from that charity's focus area and talk about their work. Donate a portion of the money you would have spent on a regular dinner to the charity. Gratitude jar. Keep a gratitude jar where everyone in the family can write down things they're grateful for. Empty the jar and read the notes together at the end of the week. This helps cultivate an attitude of gratitude, which is an excellent foundation for giving. By incorporating these ideas into your family life, you can raise kind, compassionate children and build a strong, giving foundation that will last a lifetime. Las Vegas wasn't just where Mai Linh found her new start in the Navy. It's also where we grew even more as a family. That's where we met Mai Khoi. Originally from Hong Kong, he was a world away from the life he somehow ended up in, on the rough streets of Vegas, just a teenager entangled with gangs and drugs. He had no family, no one to turn to. Peter and I couldn't just walk away. There was a spark in Mai Khoi, a flicker of something good underneath all that hardship. We took him in when he was 15, a lost soul navigating a dangerous world. It wasn't easy. We became his mentors, his family. We helped him shed that gangster life, which showed him a different path. He became our adopted son, Mai Khoi, another wild child finding his way under our roof. Open your heart. Sometimes, the most lost souls are the ones who need love and support the most. Be open to seeing the good in people, even if their past seems bleak. Family isn't always blood. Your family loves and supports you unconditionally. Blood doesn't define family, love does. Second chances are real. Everyone deserves a shot at redemption. Don't be afraid to offer someone a helping hand if they're trying to turn their life around. Believe in the power of change. People can grow and evolve. With the right support system, anyone can overcome their past and build a brighter future. Give what you can. You don't need to have a lot to make a difference. Give your time, love, and support. Even small gestures can significantly impact you. My parents were part of the mass migration in Vietnam between 1954 and 1955. They, along with over 1 million others, left communist North Vietnam to seek refuge and a better life in the non-communist South, which would later become the Republic of South Vietnam. Their decision to leave their homes and embark on this journey was driven by the hope for a more secure future in the South. Since we were a big family, my parents were constantly occupied with work to provide for us. They worked tirelessly to put food on the table, but it often meant they didn't have much time for us. Now that my children are 29 and 30, both fantastic young adults, I've had time to reflect on my upbringing and how I would do things differently. One thing I would change is how I express love to my children. While I've always loved them deeply, I realize I could have done a better job of telling them and showing them. I would say to them I love them more often, not just in words, but through my actions. I believe it's essential for children to hear that they are loved and see it in how we treat them and others. Showing love through actions, whether spending quality time together, being there for them when they need support, or simply being present in their lives, can make a difference in how they feel and perceive love. These are the things I usually do, and here are some tips on how to express love to your children, both through words and actions. Verbal expressions. Be specific. Instead of just saying, "I love you," tell your child why you love them. "I love your sense of humor," or "I love how you're always so helpful." Say it often. Make "I love you" a regular part of your vocabulary. Don't be afraid to say it multiple times daily, especially during critical moments like goodbyes or after a heartfelt conversation. Positive affirmations. Shower your child with compliments and words of encouragement. Let them know you're proud of them, not just for their achievements, but also for their effort and kindness. Actions speak louder than words. Quality time. Put away your phone and focus on your child. Engage in activities they enjoy, whether playing a game, reading a book together, or simply conversing. Physical touch. Cuddle, hug, high five, or pat your child on the back. Physical affection is a powerful way to show you care. Acts of service. Do something nice for your child without being asked. Make their lunch, help with homework, or run errands. These small gestures show you're thinking of them. Be present. Pay attention to your child when they're talking to you. Put down distractions and make eye contact. Show them you're interested in their world. Family traditions. Create unique traditions that your family can enjoy together. This could be a weekly movie night, a unique game you play on holidays, or simply a bedtime story routine. Remember, the most important thing is to be genuine and consistent. You'll create a solid and loving bond with your children by expressing your love through words and actions.